Hello everybody, I'm DudeTomato, and welcome to AnalysisTomato, a video series where we analyze everything related to VeggieTales, because why not? Now today on AnalysisTomato, I wanted to discuss an email I actually got from Big Idea a few months ago. It's actually concerning a possible new VeggieTales episode. You see, the last VeggieTales episode that's been released was in March, I think, of 2015? And it was Noah's Ark. And you see, it was the first episode of VeggieTales to use the new character designs and some of the new voices, because some of them have new voices now, from the Netflix series VeggieTales in the House and VeggieTales in the City. And, yeah, it was an okay episode. One of the better ones at the 2010s, I think, but, definitely not as good as any from the 90s or the 2000s. But yeah, after Noah's Ark, there hasn't been a new episode of regular VeggieTales. They've only been doing their Netflix series, VeggieTales in the House and VeggieTales in the City, and I assumed that they just wanted to work on those for now. But yeah, there hasn't been a new DVD release aside from a few compilation DVDs of VeggieTales in the House episodes. I think they've had like maybe 2, I think. So I was getting a little worried that we wouldn't be seeing any for a long time, at least not as long as the Netflix series were released. So a few months ago, I sent an email to Big Idea asking them if there was going to be a new VeggieTales DVD release anytime soon. They actually did respond. Big Idea responded with, "Hi Kirk, I go by Kirk sometimes, but my real name is Donald. Kirk's my middle name. Anyway, hi Kirk. Great to hear from a super-duper fan of VeggieTales. We are in conversations now about a possible new release in 2018, around holiday timing. Wouldn't that be awesome? Stay tuned, because we'll be making tons of announcements about it on social media once it is all confirmed. Thanks for being our friend, from your friends at VeggieTales Customer Service." So as you can see, Big Idea is planning for a release in 2018 holiday season about a new DVD. Of course, they said it was only possible, and they didn't explicitly confirm whether it would be a new VeggieTales episode, or a compilation DVD, or anything, but here are my thoughts on it. If this DVD does release, I do believe it would be a regular episode of VeggieTales. If it was a compilation title for like VeggieTales in the House or something, I don't think they'd release it around holiday season, because, I don't know, it just doesn't seem possible to me. Like, they've released a bunch of compilation titles for VeggieTales in the House before, so I don't really think they would just wait until holiday season to do it. The only, way I think it could be a compilation title for VeggieTales in the House is if it was all the episodes of it, or at least a season box set, but I don't think they'd do that. But since it is going to be planned for around holiday season, I'm assuming it's a Christmas episode, and in my opinion, I don't think they've made that many amazing Christmas episodes. I think my favorite's probably The Star of Christmas. St. Nicholas is probably my second favorite, and the others are like either okay or not very good, but maybe I'm wrong. They say it's around holiday timing, so it might be October or November. I'm thinking of what they could do besides a Christmas episode, and I'm assuming if it's not a Christmas episode, it's one of the parodies that they've been doing for a long time. Assuming it is a new episode of VeggieTales, I'd be expecting a few things. I'd expect that they'd be using their designs and voices from the Netflix series, and pretty much that's it. I mean, I expect that there'd be a silly song, because pretty much every episode now has a silly song. I don't know whether they'd use any characters that are not in the Netflix series. Noah's Ark didn't, to my knowledge. But I'd like for them to, even if they were redesigned. I'd like to see Mr. Nezzer again, and Scooter, and the Scallions, and pretty much any character that was dropped. I missed them, you know? They were pretty cool characters of VeggieTales, and I think just because they're not part of the main cast doesn't mean that they should never return again. As for how good the episode would be, I'm not really sure. The 2010s, they've been pretty mediocre with a lot of their episodes. I think my favorite 2010s episode was the League of Incredible Vegetables, which is still my least favorite Larry Boy episode, but I still like it. But it has been a few years, so maybe it would turn out great. But to be fair, maybe the people writing it would be too used to writing the Netflix series, which is very different in style of comedy and tone, and how they present their lessons. So, who knows at this point. But either way, I would still be very excited if this came out, and I would probably buy it on day one, because I love VeggieTales, and I'd like to see a new episode. I guess another thing to consider would they be making any more VeggieTales on a regular basis after this? Maybe. So I'm thinking that the reason that they stopped making VeggieTales episodes after Noah's Ark was to focus on the Netflix series. Maybe there's a possibility the Netflix series has finally completed production and we'll see regular VeggieTales episodes again. And I like that, because, as mediocre as some of the 2010s episodes have been of VeggieTales, they're a lot better than VeggieTales in the House and VeggieTales in the City. I really don't think the Netflix series are really that good. So just a few more things before I go. First off, if the episode is real and it does come out, I would try to review it. There's a guy named Christian Nutrition who reviews every single episode of VeggieTales in chronological order, and I would not review all of those, because I don't want to, you know, copy. But if this episode came out, I would review it, and I'd give my honest opinion, and I would let you guys know whether or not I think is one of the better episodes of the 2010s or one of the worst. I can see it going either way. I'm still excited if this is a real thing, and I hope it comes out. Again, Big Idea said they'd announce it on social media if they decide to make it. And yeah, I guess that's it. So, may God bless, and I'll see you next time.